Injuries are the worst part of sports, but in the fast-moving world that is the National Football League, as cliche as it might sound, it's very much a next man up attitude. BJ Ojulari's season-ending injury in training camp has sent Arizona Cardinals fans into a frenzy. After all, the second-year pass rusher out of Louisiana State was expected to be the anchor of possibly the weakest position on the team. It's terrible to see, especially for a young player who was poised for a breakout season. But the team needs to move forward. In a perfect world, Monti Ossenfort gets a deal done and has Matthew Judon on the first plane to Arizona, or signs a top available free agent like Yannick Ngakoue. If this doesn't happen, it's going to be hard for the Cardinals to have much of a fight defensively this season. Regardless of whether or not they add to the position, they are going to rely on players stepping up. Their roster is thin at this position group, which is obviously not good, but it will open up the opportunities for younger players to have more playing time. Zaven Collins, who inked a 2-year extension, is now the top guy in the outside linebackers room. Expectations for Collins are going to be very high. The former first-round pick, who moved to edge last season, needs to take a step forward in his play next season. Dennis Gardeck follows as next on the depth chart for outside linebacker. Last season, Gardeck led the team in sacks and was pretty good considering his expectations. But after that, the next man up to me is Victor Dimukeje. The 24-year-old born in Nigeria has impressed in limited action for the Cardinals, but the door is open for him now. I want to clarify before I get too far that I'm not saying Dimukeje should be the solution, rather that he can play a solid role in a rotation, and he would be the guy that I would keep an eye on to make the most of this opportunity. He was a 6th-round pick out of Duke in 2021 and has primarily played special teams. However, in college, he started every game. He would lead the Blue Devils with 8.5 sacks in 2019, good enough for 4th place in the ACC, ahead of the likes of Isaiah Simmons. Vic would follow that up with 7.5 in 11 games during his senior season, highlighted by a 3.5 sack game against Boston College, once again finishing 4th in the conference, this time just 1.5 shy of the ACC lead. He made the all-conference team in both of those seasons and was a first-team all-freshman according to ESPN in 2017. A very respectable college career would lead to the National Football League. When he was drafted in the 6th round, self-proclaimed talent evaluator Steve Keim compared Dimukeje to Marcus Golden, who said this about Dimukeje, quote, "You can tell he's got a high motor. If Steve's comparing him to me, I know you're working hard. If you've got that, I know for sure you've got a shot. You'll put the work in." Unfortunately, Victor Dimukeje didn't have much of a chance to play when he was teammates with Marcus Golden, as in Vance Joseph's defense, Dimukeje had just 20 tackles in 2 seasons. Fast forward to last season with JG and Rallis, his first shot to play on defense semi-consistently, and Victor Dimukeje finished with 4 sacks, tied with BJ Ojulari for 2nd on the team, despite having far less snaps. Also finishing 2nd in quarterback hits with 8. This probably says more about how weak the Cardinals' pass rush was last year, but a potential positive can be taken away from performances like Dimukeje. It could have been a bigger season if he had finished the way he started, not recording his sack after week 8. So consistency is a concern, but also his snap count went down after that point. Again, if I were Monti Ossenfort, I would wager future draft capital on bringing in a guy like Matthew Judon, or I've even seen Hassan Reddick's name thrown around. But throughout a season, you'll likely run a rotation at that position, and you need depth players to step up and make the most out of this opportunity. Victor Dimukeje seems to be the prime candidate to do so, at least to me. Aside from him, look for rookie Xavier Thomas to make an impact, as well as Canadian Jesse Luketa. I've also seen some people suggesting to shift first-round draft pick Darius Robinson to the edge, but I'd rather leave him at defensive end as that's another position of need. As we approach preseason, guys will be playing for their jobs, and Dimukeje should have a solid chance to showcase the skill set that he showed in college. Every year there is 1 or 2 preseason stars per team, and Arizona needs him to be in that conversation. Losing BJ Ojulari is going to sting. This was the one position that they didn't really improve on this offseason. So now it comes down to these guys stepping up and filling the void. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you think Arizona should do to address the pass rush problem. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys all next time. Goodbye.